This is our market analysis project by Jordan Carmouche and Eddie Smith over the University of Illinois football program.
The University of Illinois football program was established in 1890. It provides scholarships to athletes to compete as a football player while earning a degree as a student. The program aims to develop their students not only for NFL, but also for life after football. It provides athletes with exposure and connections to the NFL scouts, as well as business people. And the University of Illinois competes in the Big Ten Conference. Advancements. The University of Illinois football team has been blessed with some of the top facilities throughout college football. I was actually there for a couple months, and they probably have some of the best facilities in the nation. They have just built a $79.2 million football facility. And like I said earlier, it's ranked 13 in the nation. And these facilities are a major recruiting pitch to top high school athletes around the country. Because recruits want to go somewhere where it gives like a home environment. And when you have a top 13 football facility in the country, like you'll be comfortable because they have like things like bowling alleys, they have ping pong tables, they have all the resources they need to never leave the facility. So that's a good recruiting pitch to kids to get them to come to your program.
Next slide, we're gonna talk about the social aspect of it. So the University of Illinois has an elite presence on all social media platforms. Social media platforms, this relates a lot to the recruits, because young people, they're always on Instagram, always on Twitter, always on Snapchat. So by the University of Illinois football program having an elite presence on social media platforms, then it helps them to be able to connect with recruits easier. They don't always have to call them or email them. They could just, send them a direct message on Instagram or on Twitter, because they know that that's where they're going to be at most of the time. So with my next point, that's kind of just what I talked about. They can connect well with the recruits due to them being able to talk with them through their favorite social media apps. They're also able to show off all things related to the football program constantly through these apps. So by using this, they can post pictures on Instagram, they can post pictures on Twitter. They can give the recruits their insight into the football program without them actually being, on the University of Illinois campus. So they can go on Instagram, they can go on Twitter, they can look at the facilities, look at what they're doing for the day, the Illinois football program, and just look at how they would be a part of the program. So next, we're going to talk about the weaknesses of the Illinois football program. Although there are a lot of great things regarding the program has been reported to have a lack of a family atmosphere. So there are a lot of good things going on with the football program, the football facilities, being in the Big Ten Conference, all of these things. But having a lack of a family atmosphere, that's a big thing, because a lot of these guys, they're coming from, Georgia, Florida, Louisiana, Texas, places down south and things like that. So for them to be traveling that far from home and then feel as though that their football program doesn't have a family atmosphere, that's just like gonna make them homesick, gonna make them want to go back to their state, go back to their city, go back to the college football program that's closer to them. So that's a weakness. And then although the football facilities are ranked 13th in the nation, the lounge areas and the rec rooms for the players are often unused. Eddie talked to me about this, because he was there for a couple months. And the lounge areas and the rec rooms, the facilities, although they're great and they're ranked number 13 in the nation, he was telling me about how the players will barely be in there. So what's the point of having a facility that's ranked 13th in the nation that you spent $79.2 million on if nobody is there to use them? And then the lack of family environment also often makes it difficult to keep great players around the program. So this is kind of what I talked about before. It's difficult to keep great players. Great players, they want to feel like they're loved. They want to feel as though they're wanted. And, having a lack of a family environment might make them want to transfer to another program to where they can get that love, they can get that feeling. So that makes it difficult for them to keep great players around the program. Now we're going to talk about the opportunities. So despite some of the weaknesses of this program, the attraction to athletes of being a Division I football player in the Big Ten Conference is an elite opportunity for them. So, every kid who plays football growing up always, before they say, I want to make it to the NFL, they always, I want to play Division I college football. That's a step before the NFL. So being able to play in a conference like the Big Ten, where there's a lot of elite schools, there's a lot of elite players, you can be showcased in front of NFL scouts. That's a big opportunity for the university to sell, for the football program to sell. This is also a program that has produced numerous NFL players, including some Hall of Famers. The program can also sell this point because, there are NFL players from the University of Illinois, a lot of them that have gone on, to play in the league, to do great things in the league, to go to the Hall of Fame. So it can be done at Illinois. They have a track record of it being done at Illinois. Players, NFL scouts coming back knowing, okay, I just got a good player from University of Illinois last year. So I'm gonna go see, I know what he's about. So I feel like that all of their players, are kind of on the same level. So that's a good opportunity for them. And then these student athletes also get a chance to take classes at a prestigious university, which is looked upon as one of the top universities in the country. University of Illinois is known as being one of the top programs academically in the country. So while they're also getting a chance to be seen by NFL scouts, they're also getting prepared for life after ball. They're getting prepared for, to have a job. They're getting prepared for, to network with people, to network with business people who own companies, who are CEOs and things like that. So, they're getting a prestigious education as well as being looked at to accomplish their goals. So then here are some of the threats. So the weather in Illinois often serves as a disadvantage to the football program when trying to recruit players from the South. So, a lot of the elite players do come from the South when it comes to football, like the states I named, Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, Alabama. And, those states don't get cold like that. I mean, they might get cold for a little bit, but they're not, most of the time, they're warm states. So the weather in Illinois, the blizzards, the snow all the time, a hot day in Illinois is probably like 70 degrees. That's a day I'm putting on a hoodie if I'm in Texas or if I'm in Louisiana or a southern state like that. So, the weather often serves as a threat, often serves as a disadvantage for the University of Illinois. And there are also not many games that are on TV due to the recent struggles of the football team. University of Illinois used to be one of the top football teams, but the past recent years they have struggled. So them not being on TV as much might also be a threat or a disadvantage to, them trying to sell it to the recruits, because another school might come in and say, well, we play on TV every Saturday. So you're gonna be seen by everybody in the country, your family, every Saturday. And as of now, the University of Illinois can't say that because they are going through some recent struggles. So, just being able to say that, trying to get the football program back to where it should be so that this won't be a threat. That's the main thing. This was our project, our market analysis, University of Illinois football by Jordan Carmuch and Eddie Smith.